Hello and welcome to Wembley Stadium, which this May will be venue for the final of the Champions League. Man United taking on Real Madrid in the last 16 of the competition this season. Wembley, a place of happy memories for Man United. It was here 45 years ago that they picked up the first of their 4 European titles. Of course, recent visits haven't been quite so successful. In 2011 here, they lost the final against Barcelona. This time around, as I mentioned, they're taking on Real Madrid, a team who've won the European title more than any other club, 9 times so far. Can they make it 10? Well, given the way their Liga campaign has been going of late, it's pretty much the only thing that can redeem their season. Well, I'm James Richardson, he's Greg Stobart and he's Paul Macdonald, and we're about to talk Real Madrid, Man United. Huge clash this in the Champions League, 2 huge European sides, but also a huge occasion with Cristiano Ronaldo up against Man United again.
Yeah, it's the tie of the round, and Ronaldo returning to Manchester United is the story of the round. He left 4 years ago now in 2009 for 80 million. It was the world record. We know how well he's been doing at Real Madrid, and we also know just how much he's revered at Old Trafford. Ferguson has been glowing in his praise of Ronaldo. The fans still sing his name every week, but you do feel like he's going to come back to haunt them, because that's the kind of player he is. He knows how to score in the big games, and United's defence has not been good this season at all. They've conceded first 5 times in the last 5 European games. And how will they handle Ronaldo? That's a big question.
Brian Lawson has the answer. He says stick at Phil Jones on him and let him run around all over the pitch for 90 minutes. People in Spain have tried similar things. Nobody as yet has found a way to stop him.
Yeah, with the greatest respect to Phil Jones, we're talking about a player who's many levels above his own ability. And if you focus only on Ronaldo in the Real Madrid team, you forget about the likes of Ozil, Di Maria and Benzema. All of these guys can cause Man United damage as well. So I think it's very important that when Ferguson's setting up his team, he doesn't focus only on his former player.
I think Ferguson will play Phil Jones in central midfield. Manchester United played Tottenham last month, and Gareth Bale, he's a bit of a Ronaldo light, and he put Phil Jones on Bale, and it worked to an extent there. But as Paul said, the problem is it creates space in other areas of the pitch, and with the likes of Mesut Ozil or Di Maria, that's where Real Madrid could exploit the United defence.
Well, the United defence, which has been looking fragile as rarely before this season, it is a worrying prospect for United supporters, no?
Well, their theory is you score 4, we'll score 5, which is why I think we all expect so many goals from this game, because Real Madrid have been equally suspect at the back, especially from set pieces. I think United will look to cause damage from set pieces. But yeah, that United back 4, they're relying very heavily on Rio Ferdinand, who's in excellent form, but they haven't got a midfield screen. They've got so many players who don't concentrate, and they've also got an issue at goal. They've got a goalkeeping issue as well, because David De Gea has not been in great form at all.
From a Madrid perspective, their defence also has been chopped and changed over the past 5 weeks. Injuries to the likes of Marcelo, Pepe and suspension to Ramos means that Jose Mourinho hasn't been able to play his first choice back 4 since the turn of the year, and that's going to be a significant factor, I think. All
right, well, this game assuming pretty huge importance for Mourinho, with all the problems they've had in the Liga, falling so many points behind Barcelona. It really is all about the Champions League now. Tishang, I hope I pronounced that right, tweeting in and asking, is there any chance that Mourinho would actually be shown the door if they lose to United?
The situation with Mourinho is pretty clear. He's put all his eggs in the Champions League basket, and he knows that delivering La Decima to Real Madrid at the end of the season will be the ultimate parting shot after months and months of political and player issues. I think Mourinho knows facing one of his old adversaries in Alex Ferguson and defeating him would be one of his greatest achievements, but he also knows if he's to fail, then Real Madrid could pull the trigger early on his Santiago Bernabeu reign.
All right, of course he's done it before with Porto, famously sliding along on his knees on the Old Trafford turf.
Yeah, that was in 2004. We all remember that, and his relationship at the time with Ferguson was very, very spiky. Since then, it's changed very much so. They met for a coffee when Real Madrid were in Manchester facing City earlier in the year. Mourinho calls Ferguson boss. You know, there's a really, really strong relationship between them. Ferguson is obviously planning for his succession when he retires, and Mourinho's name is right at the top of that list. I think Mourinho will eventually take over from Ferguson at Old Trafford. That's probably why they've got such a strong relationship. The problem with that is there are some people at United who worry about Mourinho's image, shall we say, and some of his antics. So that doesn't go down too well with some of the people at United.
2 fearsome teams in terms of firepower, but a little bit flaky at the back. Which one's going to go through?
I think, as we've discussed before, a lot of these Champions League ties are who can score the most goals. Right. I think this one's no different, but I think Real Madrid will just edge it.
Real Madrid. United are flying in the Premier League, but there's not a lot of competition domestically, and they'll be found out, I think.
All right, what's coming up on Wednesday, of course, at the Bernabeu, Real Madrid against Manchester United. You can follow the action at goal.com. And if you have any further questions for our experts, just use the hashtag AskGoal.